Is breaking spaghetti noodles in half really that bad? I've seen all over social media that breaking the pasta in half upsets a lot of people. But I honestly don't know why. Can someone explain? Some Italians break it too. The whole outrage is really just for fun, no one actually cares. Unless you work as a chef for a restaurant that forbids you from altering pasta, do whatever you like with your pasta. I don't care if you break them. Do you care that I will sometimes mix elbow and shell macaroni? I smash my ramen into little bits too and make ramen mush more so than ramen noodles. Do what you want. Let the haters waste their energy hating. You're only doing it wrong if you're not enjoying your food. In your home, you bought them, you can do as you please. In a restaurant setting, you'd promptly get fired and go straight to hell when you die. I always break it in half so it fits easier into the pot. It's easier to twirl when the spaghetti is longer. But if you prefer to break it, go for it. Also, spaghetti is a pasta, not a noodle. They literally sell half-length spaghetti for a reason. Do whatever floats your boat. Do you cut your noodles before eating them? If so, then breaking them is just making the first cut before you cook them. No big deal. If you or your guests are the type that twirls their noodles, then breaking them limits how effective twirling can be. I honestly enjoy long spaghetti. Not here to hate on anyone that doesn't. Just saying that long spaghetti has a following is all. That bad compared to what? Killing puppies? Yay, it's worse than that. If it stops you from slicing it with a knife when you eat it. I don't cook spaghetti a lot, but when I do, it's specifically for the long pasta swirl and slurp moment, so yes, breaking it in half ruins the mood for me. There are people who feel that eating spaghetti in any way except whole noodles is wrong. Those people are silly. However, there are many forms for pasta. If you don't want long spaghetti, you can buy other forms. I prefer penne to spaghetti. No, it's perfectly fine to do that. Eat what you want, prepared the way you want it. I break them up to cook, and cut them up again to eat. Lol noodles. To Italians and people who get up in arms over nothing. Yes. To those of us who don't care how others eat their food. No. I use angel hair pastas. I took a cooking class on holiday one year in Italy and learned the outrage is all just for fun. Breakaway. I think the argument is there's smaller noodles you could use from the beginning. Why damage something so beautiful? What do you mean, is it bad? It's literally spaghetti noodles, do whatever you want with them. You can't twirl it as well with the fork if you do that. My grandmother also rolls in her grave when you do it. There's tons of kinds of pasta in various sizes. Breaking spaghetti is like, why'd you get spaghetti to start with? No. It's fucking stupid that we can't enjoy pasta the way we want and cook all the damn noodles at the same time without being flamed. Break the pasta. Break it into tiny little shards, which is what Italians actually do for recipes like pasta e fagioli. Here in the Netherlands we have spaghettini, which is just small pieces of spaghetti out of the factory, something like 3 centimeters long when cooked. They are at my menu for tomorrow already. No, this is one of those things I've only heard on Reddit. It just makes it harder to swirl them into the fork, otherwise no big deal. I thought you were supposed to break the noodles? No. What no one else knows doesn't hurt them. Superstition around food is unnecessary anyway. I break it in half because I just don't like my noodles to be that long. I've heard accusations that people who break noodles don't know how to cook them correctly. Nah. I make lasagna now and again. I know perfectly well how to do it. I just prefer the noodles to be shorter. I used to cook spaghetti long, but tired of waiting for them to soften and fall into the pot. So now I break them. Tastes the same. No one seems to care. It's all about the sauce anyway, right? And I cook al dente. It's just another pineapple pizza toilet paper under the roll light mode moaning meme. Only if you're Italian. Nope, my grandma did it all the time. Some people prefer it. I make chicken spaghetti according to my mom's recipe, which calls for the spaghetti to be broken in half before cooking. One time I didn't break it, just to see what it was like. Everybody in my family noticed and thought it was more cumbersome to eat. You won't end up in the guillotine, but I think the long pasta is part of the spaghetti experience. As a self-proclaimed noodles expert, no, there are many good reasons for it. Small pots being a good one. I rather have people have half spaghetti noodles than none at all. Little chunks fly out everywhere. That's basically the reason why. Other than that, it's sometimes necessary to cook certain foods like tetrazzini. My mom was friends with an old Italian couple. The man told my mom to always break the spaghetti in thirds. We'd just smile and interpreted this to mean thirds. PFF'd. I buy them, I break them, my house. My rules. Ignore social media. You decide what's best for your pasta op. No. The fact that you call spaghetti a noodle is offensive enough. Break away. I do. It feels dirty and wrong, but I can't resist. In my country? Straight to jail. I break it up into 2-inch pieces. Who cares? I do it all the time so that it fits my pot. Yes, it makes it more difficult to eat. Every time I break spaghetti, a 1.5 megaton thermonuclear warhead is detonated 400 meters above a puppy school, according to Reddit. Thank you. I choose to break mine because they fit in the pot better. The pasta purists will say no, but so what? I also cut my spaghetti when I am eating it because I have never gotten the hang of the twirling thing without looking like the Lady and the Tramp. I know it is blasphemy, but it still tastes just as good. I even had a friend of Italian ancestry ask me if I was cutting it up for the dogs. Lol. No, it's not bad. Do what you want. Not trying to be rude. But why do people break them? If they're too long for the pot, just wait a couple seconds till the ends soften up and push them in. Go to our cast iron. Say something bad or ask a question like you're stupid. You will get 50k views and 500 responses. I break my spaghetti when my large pot is in use. I also twist my spaghetti onto my fork. No. This is a non-issue that people like to argue about. Unlike the real controversy over to single space or double space after a period. Definitely top 3 bad things I've seen on Reddit today. People really have no sense for right and wrong anymore. Hell. I break mine in thirds or quarters. I'm trying to eat the stuff when I'm done. Not recreating Lady and the Tramp. Breaking it in half defeats the purpose of spaghetti. If you don't have a pot big enough for it, just use some other pasta. Not everyone knows this, but when an Italian and a Jewish person get married, the wedding ceremony ends with the smashing of the shells. It's when one or both of the married couple smash a bunch of raw pasta shells with their foot and everyone yells molto bene, pinched fingers, light skin tone. I read somewhere that if the spaghetti is too short, if it's served al dente, it has enough spring to flick sauce on your shirt when you try to wrap it on your fork. So leave it long or cook it to mush. Pick one. I feel like I always make a huge mess when I break the noodles. They take up no more space in the pan, so you might well leave them long. They are morons who pretend to represent Italian cuisine.